Well, at Holiday Road on Christmas Eve, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff once again regained the RWL Mid-Atlantic Championship from Oxbaker, and Mr. Wonderful's back tonight in a non-title scrap with no less than the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Oh man, well that's gonna be a good one.
The following non-title contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing 245 pounds, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Wow, what a match this should be. The Nature Boy and Mr. Wonderful, two of a kind locking it up in this non-title Legends Division match. Ric Flair, of course, coming in after dropping his last match to Shawn Michaels recently, and Orndorff's back at the top as Mid-Atlantic Champion, despite the best efforts of Oxbaker and the Grand Wizard of Wrestling to avoid that outcome. This one's gonna be spicy for sure, guys.
They really are very similar in style, appearance, and methods of operation. Can't wait to see which of them goes home with the win.
Yeah, but I got to give it to Ric Flair. He does have the snazzier robes. I mean, just look at that thing. Oh, Mr. Wonderful's robe is nice too, but not quite as ornate as the Nature Boy.
And his opponent from Orlando, Florida, weighing 243 pounds, the reigning RWL Mid-Atlantic Champion, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful, the inventor and master of the beat them relentlessly until they surrender the title strategy, which seems to have worked gangbusters for him in the Mid-Atlantic Championship. He beat the living crap out of Stone Cold Steve Austin when Austin had it, and once Oxbaker got a hold of it, he started catching hell. Until Holiday Road the other night, when Mr. Wonderful picked up the Mid-Atlantic Champion for a third time. A three-time Mid-Atlantic Champion is Mr. Wonderful. And well now, this is a non-title match, and I guess Ric Flair better be grateful, because if he wound up winning that title, that means he'd have Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, chasing him all over town.
The Grand Wizard stable had a pretty tough holiday season with superstar Billy Graham and Jesse Ventura losing their bid for the Legends TV tags against Sergeant Slaughter and the Patriot. And now, Oxbaker's lost the Mid-Atlantic to Orndorff.
I don't have to be the one to tell you that Oxbaker and the Grand Wizard are as mad as can be. All right, well, here we go. Walt Rothburn rings the bell. Orndorff charges, misses the crossbody on Ric Flair. Ric Flair catches a shot to the midsection from Orndorff. A jab, a right, another left, another right. Flair in the corner. Counters with an elbow. Orndorff backs off. They collide center ring. Orndorff with a kick to the midsection on Flair. Flair whip to the far right turnbuckle. A charging clothesline from Mr. Wonderful takes him down to the mat. There's a stomp to the midsection. There's a little butt bump right to the lower back. Mr. Wonderful ascending the top turnbuckle. Here he goes there. Elbow across the back of the Nature Boy. Ric Flair. Don't look like he's doing too well right now. A stomp to the arm from Paul Orndorff. The Nature Boy catches another slam of the arm. Here we go again. Mr. Wonderful trying to calm the fans down as Nature Boy makes his way to a standing position on the outside apron. Flair counters with a hard right. Gets himself back inside the ring. They lock it up. Kick to the midsection to Mr. Wonderful. Nate goes in for an abdominal stretch. Walt Rothburn keeping an eye on things, but no use. There's a hip toss. Orndorff finding his way out of that one pretty easy. Mr. Wonderful with a set of shots to Ric Flair. A double shot to the midsection. Locks up the Nature Boy. Has him up in the front. Oh, man. Slams him into the turnbuckle and spins him out towards center ring. Mr. Wonderful going for another quick pin. One. But no dice. Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, gathers up the Nature Boy. Locks him up. Winds it up and boom. What an uppercut. Down went the Nature Boy like a chopped down tree. Ric Flair makes his way to a standing position in the corner. Orndorff right there waiting for him. Nature Boy counters, gets a hold on Mr. Wonderful, has him up for the pile driver. Oh, man, well now, he must not have caught all of it, because Mr. Wonderful just rolled right on outside the ring, took himself a little walk. Ric Flair is very, very provoked. Mr. Wonderful flips him to the far left corner. There's another charging clothesline, and down goes Ric Flair one more time. Mr. Wonderful beating the Nature Boy's head against the canvas. Man, counter kick from Ric Flair, back up on his feet, locks it up with Mr. Wonderful. Hard whip to the ropes. Oh, kitchen sink knee to the midsection. Ric Flair with a gouge to the face. Gets a hold of Mr. Wonderful by the scruff of the neck, lines him up against the ropes, and starts playing tug-of-war with his arm, using 2 ropes for leverage on that one. Nature Boy takes him down, winds it up into the spinning toe hold, a Texas cloverleaf, and he's softening him up for the figure 4. You better believe that. Ric Flair not doing it quite as well as Mr. Wonderful. He lost his last match against Shawn Michaels. A knee breaker from Ric Flair to Mr. Wonderful. Ric Flair definitely would love to pick up this win on the Mid-Atlantic champion. Flair counters, finds his way out of the corner. Orndorff staggers. Flair whipped to the corner, fails to connect with the clothesline that time. Flair with a quick counter goes behind on Mr. Wonderful, has him up. Oh, atomic drop. Right to the lower spine. Nature Boy drives a couple of knees into the leg of Mr. Wonderful. Mr. Wonderful and Ric Flair, basically 2 of a kind. They are basically the same animal in 2 different bodies. Ric Flair with a hard right takes Orndorff down center ring. Rounds him back up again. Orndorff counters with a quick right, gets a hold on Nature Boy. Winds it up again for another beautiful uppercut. Down goes Ric Flair. He ain't gonna take too many of those. Oh, wow. Oh, man, Ric Flair's all messed up. Orndorff on the outside with the Nature Boy, the referee counting. Flair driven into the barricade again. Flair counters quickly, gets back up on his feet. Mr. Wonderful gathered up to a standing position by Ric Flair, counters with a kick to the midsection. Locks it up with the Nature Boy. Pitches him right into the ring steps. Oh, man. Referee continuing the count as Mr. Wonderful gets a hold on the Nature Boy and hurls him to the other side of the ring on the outside. Takes himself back inside, allowing the referee to continue to count Ric Flair. Orndorff decides he's going to take a plunge. All the way up on the top turnbuckle, perched like a buzzard on a branch, waiting for Ric Flair to stand up. There's an elbow right to the top of the dome for the Nature Boy. Flair rounded up for a discus punch by Mr. Wonderful, taken down to the floor again one more time with the referee counting. As Mr. Wonderful starts to go to work on Flair, Flair counters with an elbow, backs off. Mr. Wonderful gets a hold on him. Lines it up, takes him right down to the canvas again. Oh, man, what a nasty leg snap from the Nature Boy. Ric Flair gathers him back up. Takes him up over the shoulder. Drops him head first into the barricade. Ow, man. Orndorff counters with both boots, gets back up. Nature Boy locks him up again into a headlock punch from Mr. Wonderful. Goes behind on Orndorff. Ric Flair right back with another headlock punch. Man, this one's been good. Nature Boy countered by Orndorff with an elbow to the midsection. Flair fails to connect with the running kick. Gets driven into the ring steps again. A stomp to the back from Mr. Wonderful. Orndorff with a couple of chops across the chest, a kick to the side of the head, and a dragon screw to the Nature Boy. Orndorff rounds him back up one more time. Flair counters with a kick, gets a hold. Orndorff counters with a kick. Flair counters with a kick. A whole lot of countering going on here. Orndorff pitched towards the timekeeper's area this time. As Ric Flair makes his way back inside the ring, Orndorff getting back to a standing position. The referee's count still in play. Started all over again. Ric Flair just came out to come after Orndorff. Locks him up. Has him up and a backbreaker on the outside. And the referee's been doing an awful lot of counting in this match. Oh, Flair grounding the boot into the head of Mr. Wonderful. Orndorff back up to a standing position here. Locks it up with Ric Flair. Pitches him towards the barricades near the corner. Takes himself back inside the ring. Ric Flair slowly makes his way back inside. And quickly takes him to hell. Here it is. I told you this was coming. Ric Flair getting ready to lock in the figure 4 on Mr. Wonderful. No ropes for Orndorff to get to. He could be in some trouble. If he don't tap out, he's certainly going to get worn out pretty good. Orndorff trying to turn it around here on the Nature Boy. Finally succeeds in doing so. Gets himself out of that figure four, which is not easy to do. Orndorff locks up Nate, catches a kick to the midsection. A hard right spins him around. Orndorff counters with an elbow. Flair with a jawjacker backs off Orndorff. Into another headlock punch. Goes behind on Mr. Wonderful. Russian leg sweep takes him right down to the canvas. Ric Flair going for another pin. 1, 2. Oh, shut up! Ric Flair picking up an upset win over Mr. Wonderful by pinfall.
The time 7 minutes and 35 seconds. Your winner by pinfall, Ric Flair.
Guys, is there a full moon out tonight? Jinder Mahal pulls off a big-time win, and now Ric Flair pulling off an upset over the Mid-Atlantic champion. I don't know, must be end of the year fever or something. The Nature Boy picking himself a big-time win over Mr. Wonderful. We'll be right back with more RWL Snarl in just a minute.